Hello and welcome back to Orwell. So, we gotta investigate our little Cassandra Watergate a little bit more. So let's see what the overview on this conspiratorial group is. So, the thoughts are free. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell. The thought overview. Welcome to Thought Block. Pick an entry below. Freedom is unfree. Thought must change direction. A night to remember. War and indifference. Metamorphosis. Flawed. An unexpected proposal. The minefield. And are thoughts still free? Okay, this one is private. Minefield is also private. I guess all of the archived ones are closed off for us. Yeah, so freedom is unfree. By Catharsis. So, by Cassandra. It's cams everywhere, even at Freedom Plaza. Is it just me, or is it more than just a little bit, I don't know, ironic? You probably know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid cunt, or anti-governmental terrorist. These are only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was just because in the middle of the chaos, someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We've always been against violence, kids. Confusing information with an unknown data chunk, okay. One would assume that in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not. But it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all. Which raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet, and careful when there are cameras around, or you feel that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abram predicted pretty much this for all of the web, and now it's in our real lives too. We have been brought to the Freeman Memorial since we were kids at school. We all told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride. And I know what you are thinking now. This thing is damn ugly. What is that donut even? The Let Freedom ring? But the statement by this ridiculously enormous heap of stones should be clear. In the middle of the capital there is a symbol of freedom. Comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? With the cameras there. This is now the plaza of unfreedom, if anything at all. No comments whatsoever. Published in September 2016. So only recently. Goldfels. Let's see. Account Goldfels, administrator. Registered since March 2012, last login December 2016. I propose to consider a question. Are our thoughts still free? Well, this might seem to be a surprising question in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance. Freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. Dear reader, there's a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. It goes like this. I'm not tempted to sing the actual German song. But yeah, thoughts are free, you can guess them. They fly by like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them, no hunter can shoot them with powder and lead. Thoughts are free. The original German would be like, die Gedanken sind frei, wer kann sie erraten? Sie fliegen vorbei, wie nächtliche Schatten. Kein Mensch kann sie wissen, kein Jäger sie schießen mit Pulver und Blei. Die Gedanken sind frei. The thing is, it's actually one of my favorite German folk songs. So, I think what I want and what delights me, still always resident as it is suitable. My wish and desire no one can deny me, and so it will always be. Thoughts are free. And if I'm thrown into the darkest dungeon, all these are futile works, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart. Thoughts are free. It's an old German student song which was sung by students when they were incarcerated. When I was still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in 1993, I believed this to be an universal truth. There are no borders for thoughts, and no rules for what is or is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people should be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what is going on in our heads until we choose to reveal it. Yesterday, a question crossed my mind. If the increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bit stream of it, how can thoughts still be free? It is not likely that we will communicate only under great mental reservation to hold on to our knowledge, which means there are final consequences. Will we stop thinking? When I think of the increasingly aggressive operation of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to the total control and safety bigotry of this digital world. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfels. So some comments by guest. Hey Goldfels, interesting name by the way. I just stumbled upon your new blog, and that's some truth you tell there. The web was born in the sense of the ultimate freedom to be who you want to be, express yourself, wasn't it? Now the government has come to threaten this with real name policies and shit, save your IP so they can look up who you are, so you don't say anything wrong possibly. About time someone did something. Well, if you didn't have one before you, you've just gained another. If you didn't have one before, you've just gained yourself your first follower. Frankly, I'm surprised to find someone here at all. I thought no one would ever find this blog at all. Thank you very much for your kind words, and yes, I'm very delighted to have a first follower. Hello Edmund, I like your things too. Could you but now even more to get a service on the search engine optimization independent? Others get clicks and more money for you. No use? Yeah. Okay, so that is a automated scam message then. On 17th on the 17th of February 2017. This is old. Well, I'd say it is still a peaceful protest. Update is strongly discouraged. Okay. But when it comes to the files, can we change the person we're investigating? Goldfels. So I'm not allowed to collect anything more in them, so I'm only allowed to look for Cassandra right now in my investigation. Cassathis. Articles 1. Last login April 2017. And that's for Utah. Cassandra's timeline. Oh, there was an update. Finally, someone had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Detonation destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Terrorist ambition suspected. Yeah, really? Cassie, laugh at people being killed? Are you out of your mind? There are thousands of cameras pointing to target and the Big Bang still happens. I haven't looked like the strangers. What now, Mrs. Delacroix? What now? I want to go with him a little bit nicer route now. Usually I would pick this. Of course I find it just appalling, her reaction to this. Right? But I think that in general she is likely not for violence, because that there is more of a reaction, just a ad hoc reaction, than realizing like, oh shit, what did I post, you know? So I think this is better. Huh. If you think that this is her actual attitude, we might be barking up the wrong tree after all. Alright, what we found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little bit more concrete. We have to dig deeper. Oh. Hey Cassie. Hi Jules. Cassie, I just wanted to know your personal timelines about this assault. You really shouldn't write something like that. Really, Jules? You're not gonna preach me about this stupid post, are you? No. I just want to know what's wrong, Cassie. It's nothing. Just between the two of us. I just had to let off steam, you know? It's because of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, lots and lots of other shit today. The bombing stirred up all of this crap again, you know? What I did? What happened there wasn't your fault. Cassie, if you're that officer to save me and you succeed, you mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. How can it not be my fault? Juliet, I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Fuck. Who knows what would have happened if you wouldn't have stopped him? And this is why you should really move this post. I feel like an asshole, the worst kind of asshole. I might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. Oh, Cassie, nobody's innocent. You'll have to let go. Yeah. You're a police officer to protect Juliet Carrington. Admitted guilt towards Juliet Carrington for having injured a police officer in a rage. And the conflict is really with the Cassie, that officer to save me. So now we know that she's guilty. She is indeed guilty. And that is the moral dilemma now. Where are we standing in civil rights? The thing is, it still says that she injured the police officer, so... And there it is only guilt for having injured a police officer in a rage. So here we have more of a reasoning why she did it. So we're gonna go with this one. What? Where did it come from now? This is perfect! We can arrest her and open the investigation again. However, we probably won't be able to hold her for long. If it really happened in defense of Juliet. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. In Miss Watergate's case, it was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her former record. Now she's getting arrested, huh? I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. It'd be better, believe me. Wait a second, somebody's at the door. BRB. Okay, I will wait. Anyway, how's your boyfriend? You still together? You haven't been talking about him all that much lately. Well, not as much as before. Hello? Are you still there? Cassie? I'll inquire if all went well with arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job in any case. Although we have no proof she's involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. Despite acting in defense of this Juliet, she seems to be quite unstable and a threat. Okay, I just received confirmation that she is now in custody. Very good work indeed. I'm curious about this thought group though, whether they... Oh god. No. Take a look at the news. 2 dead after another explosion. What? Crime rate continues to drop, yeah. Breaking news, 2 dead after second explosion. That is horrible. 2 dead, similar approach, same letter found. So these assaults are connected. And if that wasn't enough already, Miss Watergate was in custody at the time, so that's her out of the picture. At least for this attack. This complicates matters massively, so much for our simple test case. I need to speak to my superiors. See how we are to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking a button on the top right of the desktop. Try and get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. Yeah, let me first read here though. Breaking news, 2 dead after second explosion. Explosive charge set off at Stelligan University in Bunton. At least 2 people dead, 3 injured. Once again, a letter has been received, just before the crime. Stelligan University campus has been closed off immediately after the incident. Photo by UNP. Bunton. Half an hour ago, an explosion occurred at the campus of Bunton University. According to latest reports, at least 2 people were killed, with a further 3 injured severely. The area was evacuated immediately. According to yet unconfirmed statements, the city administration office of Bunton received an anonymous letter just minutes prior to the detonation, which again contained the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts are free. Exactly like the letter received before the assault on the Freedom Plaza yesterday. We'll inform you about any developments on this event as soon as further details are available. Yeah, maybe the thought group is connected to this somehow. Or his post-during inspired people, you know? Well, first case for today done. Yeah, finished work for today. Based on the data, we have learned the following. Assault on Freedom Plaza. A severe assault occurred at the Freedom Plaza yesterday. Cassandra Watergate was present there prior to the assault and is thus being investigated. Hints of the involvement of an activist group named Thought have been found. A second assault at Stelligan University occurred, seemingly connected to the first. This suggests Cassandra Watergate is either not the only perpetrator or not involved at all. Yeah, she has been criminally charged, injuring a police officer at the past protest at the Freedom Plaza. She's an artist. The former criminal case was closed due to a lack of evidence. She's in a relationship with her lawyer, Joseph Langley. She seems to have undergone a radical change after she joined the activist group Thought. Collected data shows a potentially dangerous personality. More thorough investigation by law enforcement is suggested. Julie Carrington claimed that Cassandra defended her by injuring the police officer. And an arrest has been made. Episode 2. A place where there is no darkness. Welcome back. I hope you don't mind if we get started right away. We have tons of work ahead of us. I met with my superiors and they wish to continue with the test case. They believe in the capability of Orwell to handle this. Oh, And you, of course. My superiors disagree with me. Based on the information you have already extracted, the activist group known as Thought is worth investigating. It seems that this Goldfels is an important member of Thought, so now we have clearance to consider them as a target person. Now that Goldfels is a target person, there may be new data chunks available in documents you have already accessed. Don't forget to go back and recheck your sources. Okay, Goldfels, huh? So what I know is user Goldfels. Portrait picture, at least that's what he's using there. Freedom is unfree and mentions folk song, thoughts are free on thought block. The letter, we are right it seems. Immigrated to the nation in 1993. German immigrant, The German terrorists. An immigrant, Creator of a blog called The Thought. The Thought, an activist group of the same name as this blog? If Goldfels is the one who created the blog, perhaps he found out even was the leader of the activist group. Or maybe it's this guest here. Let's see, Bonn Police Database. Watergate Cassandra. Arresting officer redacted, holding facility redacted. The suspect was arrested in her flat. She willingly opened the door and cooperated with the arresting officer after having the variant announced and her rights read to her. So on police officer, we consider it. Consideration. Headlines. Bonton. Attacks against Stellingen University and Bonton and Freedom Plaza are connected, experts conclude. Read more. Attacks against Stellingen University and Bonn and Freedom Plaza are connected, experts conclude. Stellingen students and teachers alike are in shock and deep mourning. Bonton. The bombing that occurred yesterday at Stellingen University seems to be connected to the attack against the Freedom Plaza earlier this weekend. This is the conclusion of the police division who is investigating the cases. In both assaults, a similar explosive device created with pure malevolence appeared to have been used. Police spokeswoman Steele said. The letters received prior to the assault seem to support this suspicion. While their meaning is still puzzling investigators. According to rumors, people have been theorizing the number of stanzas might represent the number of bombings, in which turn raises the question whether there might be another bombing yet to occur. We understand that some people jump to this conclusion, but there is no good reason to believe this. Steele answered when confronted with this theory during a press conference. Meanwhile, Stellingen University has declared that normal operation cannot continue under the circumstances, so they will be closing their doors for the time being. The university has also put up a special front page to pay their respects to the assault's victims. See above image. Timelines and Rowan's announced cooperation. Davenport siblings, owner of the biggest social network Timelines, announced major cooperation with software giant Ronson Technologies. German founders Alan Davenport meet Victor Ronson on Nation Today last year. Ronson Technologies. Hilbury Bonton. It is a big deal. The internet billionaire siblings Ada and Alan Davenport, creators and owners of the most important online social network Timelines, located in Hilbury, are starting a major cooperation with the Bonton software giant Rosen Technologies. This has been announced in a press statement given out on Friday by the PR departments of both companies simultaneously. By utilizing the existing infrastructure and software development capabilities of Rosentech, Timelines will be able to respond to the needs and requirements of the quickly changing digital world in real time. Timeline executive Ada Davenport is quoted, "Our growing user base will profit from this by significantly reduced downtimes, tightened security, and a sped-up integration of new features, she continued. And heavy rainstorms. Bonn and Fairview, as well as large part of the western nation, will be covered in heavy rain clouds, culminating on Sunday. Bonn and Fairview. If you had any plans for the weekend involving the outdoors in Bonn or Fairview, you'd best forget about them. There's a massive low-pressure system incoming, bringing with it storm clouds and rain to the nation's west. Sunday morning will be hit the hardest until the late afternoon. So make sure you pack an umbrella if you need to go outside, lest you become a sopping mess. There's a little silver lining on the horizon, however. Over the coming week, the cloud will move on, and temperatures will stabilize at comfy level. After a long and harsh winter, spring will finally win the upper hand. So, entry number 8 is open now. Thought must change direction. I thoroughly believed we were able to capture minds if only we could garner attention on thought as a group. And what we stand for, it seems my ambition was once again too much. After 1.5 years, recruiting 2 of my students and arranging the 3 demonstrations like the one held at Freedom Plaza, I feel obliged to ask myself where we stand. Have we reached our goal? What has been sacrificed along the way? In short, are we true to the initial goal that formed the group? Frankly and sadly, the answer to the letter is a resounding no. We let ourselves be consumed by anger and hatred towards those that we thought to do us wrong. Thoughts are 3, but that does no way mean that they can attack and do whatever they wish. Instead of blaming others, I now see my high aims might well be the course for all events of the past months. More than anyone else have thought, I feel responsible. It's with hatred and anger about troubled paths of thought. Hinted at troubled paths of thought. It's responsible for troubled paths of thought. Hinted at troubled paths of thought. This is more important. Menacing? But against whom? The state? The government? And what troubled past? Concerned 1. Please reconsider. Guy heard there was only a goddamn cop. Had it coming for long. It was messy, I know. All the way back to the thing I messed up organizing. But hell, look at the bright side. We made the news. This is what we wanted. This is what you wanted. Yeah, Imagine Thought held 3 demonstrations. Three demonstrations? More interesting. Why did 2 students seem to be involved? When did he stop? July 2016, right? July 2016 timeline. Cassandra's timelines. When was she recruited? Goldfels. Let's see. July 6, Harrison O'Donnell. And when did he stop? In July. Written on July 12th. She was recruited on July 6th. Lecture at Stelligan University. What now, Stelligan? The same Stelligan where a bomb just exploded? You know what I think about coincidences? I won't repeat it. So far, the evidence suggests that Goldfels was a prominent lecturer at Stelligan, and some of his students became involved in thought. Did he, recruit them for his cause? We needed to identify those students, see who else is involved with the group. And this is also important. Resign from active engagement in thought. Whatever active engagement means. Still an interesting fact. It's important though. Because there's some more radical groups are taking over, you know. Alright, now we can actually access this thingy here. Memorial. Suspect of bombings arrested. Bomb assault on Stelligan. Campus closed down until further notice. 14th of April 2017. Yesterday evening, an explosive device went off on Stelligan campus, still killing a Stelligan student as well as a lecturer. Several other individuals have been severely injured. The authorities are investigating. This is an unspeakable tragedy, Salient President Hopkins said during the press conference that took place this morning. In the light of recent events, it is impossible to maintain daily routine. This is why I have decided to suspend all educational services for Stelligan University until further notice. Therefore, Stelligan campus will remain closed, at least for the rest of this week, with no educational courses or events taking place. St. Canteen elected Best Public Dining Hall, Nation's Best Competition. Nation's Best Public Dining Hall. The jury of the Nation's Best contest, annually awarded to the most excellent public services, have declared Stelligan's Canteen the winner in its Best Public Dining Hall category. In the recent time, we have tried to be fearless about our services and trying to something new, something that just may not have worked. We are very happy to receive this honor as a direct consequence of those efforts. The student service manager Gusto declared consecutively in a press statement. Courses. Stelligan University offers prospective students courses from a broad variety of fields in which bachelor and master's degrees may be obtained. Please refer to faculty pages for a more detailed description of each course. So, biotechnology, medicine technology, environmental technology, media techniques, media ethics. Note this course is currently unavailable due to Representative Professor A. Goldfels having retired. Media design, media management, general law, business law, criminal law, physics, applied physics, chemistry, biology, computer science. Professor A. Goldfels. Being a luminary in his profession, Abram Goldfels gladly accepted the offered professorship at the field of media ethics at Stelligan, from which he sadly retired in fall 2016. Previously, Professor Goldfels has held a position as a journalist at Der Reporter, one of the most renowned German daily newspaper. Never heard of it. And was also a chairman of the Global Media Ethics Congress. In his works, Professor Goldfels never relents to emphasize the importance of privacy over public interests. Privacy versus public interest, where the right to know ends. Id, ego, and selfie. An analysis of dangers in over-expressive and self-representation in social media. And Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts are free, a modern-time declaration of independence towards mass surveillance. So, his name is Abram Goldfels. Abram it is. Well done. This is where he left them in fall. So shortly after leaving Thought. Do you notice the bombing location seems to be closely connected to Thought? Could be a pattern emerging. Thought has held 3 demonstrations, yet there have only been 2 bombings, which might imply... Well, it's definitely a shot in the dark, but we absolutely need to do everything we can to prevent another attack. Take a close look at the past of each member of Thought. Find the locations of all demos they have held. That might yield a hint. Former journalist of Der Reporter. He's also chairman of the Global Media Ethics Congress. Chairman of an ethical congress. Just the average run-of-the-mill terrorist trade. Damn, Smythe. Die Gedanken sind frei. A modern termination with depends towards mass surveillance. Well, what do you say? He literally wrote the book. Oh, that's a whole lot of information about this Goldfels. Yet, only one other page could be indexed. Very strange indeed. I think the next course of action should be to look for other people of this thought group, like the students he mentioned. Let's add that too. Notable alumni. The legacy of a university is carried on by its most remarkable alumni, some of which are honored on this page. Orlando Bufford, a Stellingen alumnus of the biotechnology course, is the founder and CEO of one of the highest grossing online grocery trading companies, M. Cato. Delacroix, Catherine. Ever since her early study years as a student of criminal law, Catherine Delacroix has been a member of the party. In 2009, when the party had been elected as government, Delacroix was named head of the newly created Ministry of Security. Langley Joseph. A lot of people showing up that we've known. Joseph Langley opened his own law office in the city of Bonn some years after his graduation with Stellingen in 1992. His law office is probably best known for having defended construction entrepreneurs Elwood Hendricks, who had gained public attention as the lion's share scandal. McElroy Joanna. Having studied medical technology at Stellingen, Joanna McElroy now is the host of an eponymous daily TV show, Fort McElroy's, in which she covers psychological family issues. So let's see, headlines. First participant in connection with assaults arrested. Woman arrested in connection with recent attacks in Bonton. Police spokesman Jim Kaufman informed the press about the progress of the investigation. A couple of minutes ago, the Bonton Police Department reported that an arrest in connection with the recent bombings in the capital has been made. A young woman has been brought into custody thanks to investigation efforts of a special task force, police spokesman Kaufman said. How the woman is related to the bomb attacks, Kaufman did not cover. However, it is rumored that the suspect is well known to authorities by other incidents. Let's see the attendee list. He's so calm. Welcome to the International Stellingen University Class Attendee System. Please select a semester. Start in the past. Oh god, is there a lot of information. Professor Burgess Dustin. Augury Stephen failed. CCC failed. Okay, now I think we're gonna look at the media stuff only. Like, this is too much information. Holy hell. Media. Media, please. But there's no media ethics, huh? Okay. Winter semester. Summer semester is where he quit. Media. Professor Goldfels Abraham. Do you have something in 2017 then as well with Professor Abrams? Not there. Winter semester media. There's one. Becca Lamont. Grade B. Annotation. Was requested to write a thesis on the topic of his course. Bruna Eddie Coy. Cole Marine. Todd Jeffrey Leo. Drew Abigail. Fernanda Sonia. This is C. Carrington Juliet. Student number. Oh. Student number 199-11204. Grade A. She's a good friend of Cassandra. We've seen this name before, haven't we? Right. She was a friend of Miss Watergate. Now it also appears that she was a student of Abraham Goldfels. Think that's enough to run the report? Give me a few minutes. Alright, we have authorization to investigate Miss Carrington. I will investigate her in a second. But damn. Like, yeah, she was connected. Boop. Immediately. Too many missection. Carrington Juliet. Master thesis runs in Tech 10. Commandments. Pillars of success. Or just PR trickery. Oh. We're gonna look at Goldfel's file. O'Donnell Harrison. Guest. Student number NA. He was just a guest student, but he's listed there. Let's see. Harrison O'Donnell. Yes, we've seen a name connected to Mr. Watergate. I'll report this right away. You've been authorized to consider Harrison O'Donnell a target person. Now, there's some more work for you. Congrats. Harrison Juliet. Those must be Abraham Goldfels students with him thought. Well done. Yeah, Harrison O'Donnell, huh? Can go here. Of course, I know that that guy showed up somewhere here. Okay, but we can't take a look at that. Okay, Harrison's timeline. Harrison O'Donnell, media punk. Harrison likes the targets, the haunted house club, the cash. Media punk? What does that even mean? This post has been deleted by user. Delete model post from timeline. Everything alright with you? No, it is. Good fucking riddance. I'm just sorry for the goods. Clearly she'd been attacked and just panicked. Now I have to ask for this. We didn't start the fire. Another deleted one. The fascists turned this into a nightmare. People didn't do shit. The protest was peaceful until they showed up. They stomped the crowd and provoked what happened. Huh? Have you been suffering from a bad case of self-censorship lately, or what's happening on your timeline? Ah. This couple worked the show as it will work the rest of the goddamn nation. Karen, thanks for taking me along. Honestly, I didn't think that would be welcomed so warmly, nor that my humble skills would be worth me coming along. But there's an unknown data chunk. You've got it, flaunt it if you definitely got it, baby. Putting the strings of a fancy guitar in the spotlights on stage suits you well. It makes you look even more awesome. Thank you, Mikey. Guess I should have pursued that musical career before even beginning my studies. Studies are giving me a headache at the moment. Thank God we'll all be over soon. Mike, why don't you just go and ask Juliet out right away, huh? No need for hiding anything. I can provide a nose correction just for you to make you look just as awesome. You want that? No? Then fuck off. But the first thing, you've deleted a lot of stuff on yourself. Which is interesting. Do we have something to hide then, Mr. O'Donnell? And that is likely just at a party, so I don't think that that is a relationship. Never thought I was gonna write this one day. First day at Stelligan, feeling so elite makes me want to comb my hair. Any survival tips from my most valuable social network associates? You at Stelligan? Lose a bet? Nice joke, Harry. You're a bit early for April Fools, you know. Why can't I go and attend university like a decent human being without raising eyebrows everywhere, huh? Yeah. It is as a guest on a lecture of a friend. You got me. But still. Shit just got real. Mr. O'Donnell. Let's take a look at Juliet's timeline. For Juliet carrying... But we'll investigate her more in the next video. See you there.